Hey guys, this is Noxealance, and today I want to ask you guys a question. When you think of the word addiction, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Now, most of you will probably think of alcohol or drugs, and I'd be lying if I said that those things wouldn't pop into my head too. However, from time to time, things like junk food, TV, and video games come to my mind as well. I'm not trying to make any negative implications by pointing this out. Heck, I like those things as much as the next guy. The reason they come to mind is that despite how harmless these things are in moderation, overindulging yourself with them could be just as harmful and addictive as alcohol and drugs. That's because when you're having a tough time in your life and you want to feel happy again, you tend to do things that have made you happy in the past. Whether it be turning on your TV to watch a show you find funny, firing up your console and playing the game you like, or by calling your favorite pizza place and treating yourself to a nice pepperoni pizza. These things could bring you happiness in that moment, however, sometimes that happiness goes away and you still feel sad afterwards. So then you start to play video games and watch TV more and more, rarely ever going outside, or you start to order more and more pizzas so that you can continue feeling happiness. After a while, you start feeling sick and tired from the lack of sunlight and never getting off the couch, or because you've eaten so many pizzas that your stomach feels like it might actually explode. People rarely ever think about it, but the things that we enjoy and treat ourselves to in life could hurt us if we allow them to be our only source of happiness. Heck, I never even thought about it. That is until I watched an episode of an old beloved show that aired on Nickelodeon called Hey Arnold. Hey Arnold is a show about a 4th grader named Arnold that goes on adventures in his neighborhood and sometimes tries to help his friends and neighbors with problems they might be dealing with. Although the show had lighthearted episodes, it also tackled serious topics and went about them in a way that was entertaining and respectful. One of those topics being addiction. The subject of addiction is touched on in Hey Arnold Season 5 Episode 3B, Chocolate Boy. A 5th grade student from Arnold's school known as Wolfgang takes notice of a kid named Chocolate Boy and decides to exploit his obsession with chocolate by making him do tricks in exchange for more chocolate. Thanks to one of his friends giving him the idea, Wolfgang dares Chocolate Boy to not eat chocolate for 2 weeks, and if he manages to accomplish that, he'll give Chocolate Boy a 10-pound bag full of chocolate. Although hesitant to accept the challenge, Chocolate Boy agrees to the dare, eager to get his hands on that huge bag of chocolate. However, due to his love of eating chocolate, this task turns out to be a lot harder than he thought it'd be. Wanting to see this challenge through to the end, Chocolate Boy asks Arnold for help due to Arnold having a knack of helping others in need. Although his best friend Gerald thinks that Chocolate Boy is a lost cause, Arnold decides to help him regardless, unaware of the bet that he has with Wolfgang. After Arnold gets rid of all of Chocolate Boy's chocolate supply, Chocolate Boy starts having withdrawal symptoms such as insomnia, anxiety, and hallucinations. I don't think you could go through withdrawals unless you've been drinking or doing drugs, but you know, semantics. Hey guys, Future Noct here. So by the time I finished recording this video, I did some research on candy and sugar and found out you actually can get withdrawals from cutting down on sugar. So yeah, guess I was wrong about that. My bad. Anyway, back to the video. Despite the amount of suffering he had to go through, Chocolate Boy was able to successfully go 2 weeks without having any chocolate. After coming to school the next day, Arnold finds out about the bet that Chocolate Boy made with Wolfgang and becomes disheartened due to believing that Chocolate Boy really wanted to cut out chocolate from his life forever. However, once Chocolate Boy finally sees that being so obsessed with chocolate is not a good thing, he goes back to Arnold for help. Although he's skeptical at first, once Arnold sees how sad and desperate Chocolate Boy is to stop eating chocolate for good, he decides to take a chance and help his friend. This time around, however, Arnold takes more drastic measures to stop Chocolate Boy from wanting chocolate, like showing him a slideshow about the negative effects of eating too much chocolate, trying to take his mind off chocolate by sweating in a sauna, and by trying to find a healthier alternative to chocolate. When nothing seems to be working, Arnold decides to find out the reason for Chocolate Boy's obsession with chocolate. Using hypnosis on Chocolate Boy to try and bring out some old memories, Arnold finds out that the reason Chocolate Boy started eating chocolate was because his grandma used to give him chocolate, and once she moved away, he started to become obsessed with chocolate to fill the hole in his heart that his grandma left him with. After Arnold helps him realize that his grandma wouldn't want to see him act the way he's been acting thanks to chocolate, Chocolate Boy finally lets go of his love for chocolate and finds true happiness. Although not before ending off the episode by substituting his former addiction to chocolate in exchange for a much healthier appreciation for radishes. This episode does an excellent job going about the topic of addiction in a way that's appropriate for kids, but also in a way where teenagers and adults who have an addiction or who are on the edge of having an addiction can reflect on their actions. For kids, it shows them that even though junk food tastes good and makes them feel happy, having too much of it isn't good for them. However, for adults, it shows them something completely different. From the way he acts because of chocolate to his obsessive need to get more and more chocolate even at the cost of his dignity, Chocolate Boy is a good example of someone who has a serious addiction. People who suffer from substance abuse or are on the cusp of becoming an addict will probably watch this and cringe at the realism, and then feel down on themselves for allowing themselves to get that bad or get close to being that bad. However, just like Chocolate Boy, they can get rid of their addiction as well. Sure, it won't be easy, it might feel horrible at times, and you might have to find a healthier alternative to help you through it. But once you overcome your addiction, you'll feel a whole lot better mentally and physically. And if you won't do it for yourself, do it for the people who care about you and don't want to see you suffer from your addiction.
You can be happy if you stop eating chocolate. I'm telling you this because I'm your friend. Do it for your nanny.
Now you're probably wondering why I decided to make this video, and unlike when I covered Stack Shock's way of tackling racism, I don't really have a reason. I just like this episode and its messaging, so I decided to cover it on my channel. I also thought it'd be a good holdover until I finished my review for South Park: The Fractured But Whole. The game's taking longer to beat than I expected, and I didn't want to go another 2 months without publishing another video for my channel like what happened with my South Park: The Stick of Truth review. Anyways, I've held you guys up for long enough, so with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video and you want to show support, like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter and Odyssey. We're so close to hitting 6,000 subscribers, so any and all support is greatly appreciated. Have a good night, guys, and until next time, lights out.